welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host, Larry, and we're back for some more vintage story tutorials talking about slightly more advanced blacksmithing than just grabbing a mold off of the rack here. Like, let's say I want to grab my mold for a hammer. Before we talked about filling up the crucible here, the ceramic crucible in the fire pit with some copper or whatever kind of metal, and then once it's completely melted, pouring it into a mold, popping it out, cooling it off, throwing it into some water, and then you're good to go to start making some basic tools and other equipment out of metal. But as you get more advanced, you're going to need some things like a forge, which is what allows you to heat up your ingots. You put a couple pieces of charcoal, which I've got in there right now, and then you slap in your ingot, and then you can heat it up using this, and then that will light on fire, and then it'll heat your metal up so that you can then work with it on your anvil. And then anvils do what you think. You can smash metal on them, and the harder the metal, the harder the anvil that you need in order to mold it and shape it using a hammer. So for this tutorial, you're going to need some metal of your choice. We're going to make a forge, we're going to make an anvil, and then we're going to make an alloy today. Put away this mold. You can make a mold shelf as well if you look that up. But we're going to make an anvil using this form. To make that, you just need to get some clay, and then you can shape it into an anvil mold, and then fire that. That's how you get that. And then to make the forge, which is going to be next, if you look up how to make a forge, it's just a U shape made with cobblestone. And if you're not sure how to make cobblestone, it's just your choice of stones surrounding your choice of clay, where the clay is the more expensive part. And handy enough, you only need one per 2 rounds of cobblestone. So with that in mind, let's make 7 pieces of cobblestone. So that's just a quick circle. I think we'll need like, what, 3 of these? So that'll, oh, nope, we're gonna need 4. So there we go, we got 1 extra. We can take out our clay, and then we will have our forge. A lot of this stuff is a lot cheaper than you would think. So now you can just slap this down wherever you want it, and then you'll be ready to start heating up your ingots like right over here. For the next step, we're going to need to grab our tongs and equip those. That's so we don't burn ourselves and injure our character while we're working. And I'm going to grab my bronze hammer. Normally bronze is like 10 to 20% tin and copper, but bronze bismuth, which is what we're going to be making today, is going to be 70% copper, 20% zinc, and 10% bismuth. And to make an alloy, it's pretty simple. You just want to just grab the correct amounts here. You're just going to want to mix together 70 pieces of copper, so that's the 70%. And then we're going to grab 20 of these bad boys, and then 10 of these. And you'll see at the top of this little window here, for your preview of the fire pit, it'll tell you what it's going to output. It's going to output 500 units of bismuth bronze. And then if I look over here, I've got 500 of the units of bismuth bronze already inside this mold, so we don't have to spend as much time waiting. And then that extra 10%, or that extra 100 units, I should say, I'm going to put over here in one of my ingot molds to save for later. So now that this stuff's all in here, I'm going to put in some charcoal. You're going to want to make sure you've got charcoal because it's the only thing that's going to burn hot enough for us in order to actually properly make that alloy. So if we heat that up, it's now going to open up and show us that the fire is happening, and then it's slowly getting up to temperature of 1300 degrees Celsius, and then it's going to slowly fill this progress bar of this arrow until the entire thing is completely melted. So you can see that right here, and you can follow the progress. The other thing that's going to happen, which I think is actually really neat, is the materials here inside of this window are actually going to change color as they heat up, and slowly start to melt together inside of our ceramic crucible. Okay, so here you can see we just finished filling this crucible with some molten bismuth bronze. So I'm just going to drag that into my inventory, and because we got those tongs equipped, it's going to automatically put them in my tongs when I'm holding them so I don't burn my character. Then we're just going to pour what's left inside of this anvil mold till it's full up and won't let us pour anymore, and then the rest of it's just going to go over here in this ingot mold. Then we'll just put what's left of this over here in our campfire, and we'll save whatever's left of our charcoal for later. You don't want to waste that stuff. It takes forever to make enough of it to care. Then we just have to wait for this bad boy to cool, and then you literally just break it. You just break the mold, and then that's it. Okay, so it's been a little bit. Once this anvil, if you look at the tooltip at the top of the screen, once this says that it's completely cold instead of 60 degrees Celsius, it'll look like this ingot over here. It'll just say cold. You should be good to go to break the mold off of it, and I'm going to actually use my pickaxe to do so. Once it says properly cold, because until it says cold, there's always a chance that when you break the mold, you won't get an actual anvil out of it. You'll just get sadness. So I'm just going to put this anvil next to the other one, because I can, and then we're going to get started. So I'm going to grab up this ingot, and I'm going to put in some charcoal. I've got some other spares here that I prepared of some bronze bismuth so that we can see the process. Whoops. I did not want to just instantaneously pick them back up. We're going to shift click to light the forge on fire. And then I will show you the process of actually hammering together a tool. So we're gonna, I don't know, we'll probably put together like a pick, because one of the big things that you want in this game is to produce pickaxes for your team. You also have different availabilities of like swords and metal plates and nails to put things together, like these chests, these wooden trunks, I guess I should say. And I will show you how exactly that works. So once these are all nice and warmed back up, toasty hot, these actually conveniently toast up a lot faster than if you had them back in the old crucible back here. Then we will grab one of them. Remember to have your tongs still equipped, because you're going to still need them. And then we're going to slap them on our new bismuth bronze anvil. So once that gets going, we just want them glowing nice and red hot. If you don't get it done fast enough, you'll have to fill the forge back up again and then heat it back up. So make sure you get this done quickly once this bad boy's glowing nice and red hot. So there we go. That's hot enough. And we'll plop it down here. And what do I want to make? Some of this is not stuff that you have access to because it's from a mod that we have installed right now. But I'm just going to start with a pickaxe. Then I'll equip my hammer. And then here you'll see it's kind of like the clay forming process where you have to hit F to determine which direction you want to move the metal bits around, and then you knock them in the correct direction to fill in all of these little green spaces. So I can move the metal bits up, and then I can move them over, and then I'll move this one over. Then over here I'll do the opposite. I will select to the left, and then move all of these over to the left. And then if you don't have enough metal bits, you'll have to grab another piece of metal and then slap it down into the center of what you're working on, to kind of mush two bars together if you mess up or you're working on something that's big enough that you actually need two. Now, when you've got too many pieces, you select this one on the end, which removes it. The split removes pieces. So you can just go clunk, clunk, clunk. to get rid of all of the excess material that you no longer need once all of the green spaces are filled up. And then boom, it'll go into your inventory, and then that's why I have this little square of water here to quickly cool down the metal pieces in between. So we'll grab that up. Now, this is why I've got a bunch of sticks in my inventory. You can combine those together to make yourself a bismuth bronze pickaxe. So now that's ready, and I can add this to the hallway of available tools for my compatriots to use. We still have another piece, so we can use this to produce something else. Where is the... There's like nails in here that we always need more of. We can also make some shears. We can also build a fox. Oh, you know what? We do need chisels. Where's the chisel? Here's the chisel. Chisels are one of those pieces of equipment that you need in order to make things like grinders, which I still need to make a tutorial on, because grinders are what allow you to pulverize things so that you can use them to create other things. Like in this case, we're going to make fire clay as a part of one of my next tutorials, this time about working in the kitchen. So we're just going to clink and clank and break down all this stuff. Then boom, we have a chisel now. Chisels are kind of fun. They allow you to make really decorative stuff that doesn't really exist in the game by removing these pieces of material 1 pixel at a time. But that is a tutorial for another time. So we're just gonna slap that up there. That's a nice little chisel. And that kind of in a nutshell is slightly more advanced blacksmithing. You do have to do some other crazier stuff to make things like glass that requires making a bloomery. Also, making things like iron requires you to have like this crazy forge thing. We'll go through that one step at a time as we go through things like alloying, hammer and anvil, smithing, and all that stuff. So this is more hammer and anvil. So I hope you found this helpful. I've been your host, Larry. This has been slightly more advanced blacksmithing, and I'll catch you next time. If you have any questions, throw those in the description below, or not the description, but the comment section. And I will try to answer as many of those questions as possible and put as much useful information as I can inside of the video description. If you're kind of curious what you need to do for the ratio of different materials, you can open up the handbook and you can type in bismuth bronze, or even just bronze. So you can look up like tin bronze ingot. And then if you look on here, it'll actually allow you, by clicking on these bits, it'll actually tell you the ratios of material that you need in order to make it. Just so you kind of have an idea. And then you just mix those in the old crucible, and then you've got yourself a higher rate or a higher material to work with when making your blacksmithing materials. So that'd be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.